being an impatient driver, I've learned that there's times of the day when I come up to the center that if I come up Market, up Freya and Market, forget it, it's a parking lot. So I can choose to sit in traffic, which just irritates me, because I feel like I'm sitting still and I'm in a drive mode, I'm in a go mode, I'm in a creating mode, and sitting still and not doing anything during that time is extremely challenging for me. So I've made a conscious decision that I don't go that way. I go up Division and I take the long way, because at least I have a sense and I have a feel that I'm moving forward and I'm not just stuck in traffic. Now, maybe one day I'll mature to a point where I could sit in traffic and I can meditate at the intersection, or I can meditate when the big truck is trying to merge into that area. That'll be growth. That's a goal. But for me, in guarding my peace, I choose to take a different route. And I'm much happier when I arrive. Not so stressed out. The other thing that has occurred to me this week is the time of the year and our traditions. I have a Christmas playlist that I hit on the day after Black Friday. I hit that playlist, not a day before. That's when the Christmas songs, and it's Christmas albums that I've grown up with and music that I've grown up with. Now, coming out of, traditional Christianity, I recognize now there's lyrics in some of those songs that I don't resonate with anymore. But the songs are still familiar to me, and they still take me back to a place. And I'll take that comfort in that place over the lyrics and recognize, okay, it's not a lyric I agree with, but there's the old hymns that we sing. Elwyn and Sandra and I are kind of been talking about the different songs that we do here for Christmas. And Elwyn's working with the kids now on something that they're creating for us. But one of his gifts is to take old hymns and he changes the words to be more in alignment with new thought and what we understand in practical Christianity. And I'm really looking forward to him sharing those with us. But yet the music is still the same, and that song does something to us that warms us up and makes us feel. And I'm sure there's a lot of traditions too that are not so warm and comforting for you. Some of us have had hurt and pain, trauma in our life as a result of certain things. And so those reminders have a different effect. So this is an opportunity too, maybe finding a new tradition. My granddaughter, my littlest granddaughter, is soaking wet, probably doesn't weigh more than 10 pounds. She's just a little bit of nothing. And my daughter, her husband's grandfather, passed away this past week. And I met him 2 or 3 times, got to be around him. My daughter lives in southern Colorado. And this man was, if you got into his presence, there was just something comforting about this man. He was just kind and gentle and soft-spoken and never said a mean word about anybody. And his family was from Mexico, and he loved to play the harmonica, and there's all kinds of stuff that they were sharing on Facebook about their grandfather. And my daughter is telling my grandkids that passed on. And so she's explaining, and they've known this man as long as they've been alive, so this is, they're taking it pretty hard. And my littlest granddaughter's, two? Piper Lou. And my daughter is telling Piper, and she's explaining, she's explaining to him, he's with his sisters, with Manuela and Mary and Louisa, and he's going to be with this person and that person, and explaining all these things to Piper, and Piper's like, oh, okay. And so when they get to her in-laws' house, Piper walks in the house and tells Grandma and Grandpa that Pop's in Mexico. And I thought, oh, it must have been thinking of Day of the Dead and watching Coco, right? And this idea, this child now thinks of like when people pass on, they just go to Mexico. Pop's in Mexico. My daughter's creating a new tradition, is my point, is having to explain and trying to help these kids understand. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about, and this came as a result of a conversation with Sandra. And, with you. It's what you're going to do, Robin. And we were trying to figure out how the song fits. And the song is Mary, Did You Know? And then I got to thinking, like, what did Mary know? Can you imagine you're a very young girl that's been given this blessing, and people that don't understand are making accusations? Or Joseph and the accusations that are being put on him? Joseph coming under some scrutiny as to whether or not he was a godly man, and did he and Mary actually abstain, and what was going on? All those whispers and all that conversation, and yet we don't read anything about Mary and Joseph panicking. They just go about what they've been called to do. They lived in anticipation of a higher good, of a brighter future. They trusted. The shepherds, when the shepherds were confronted by the angels and told what was happening, they trusted. They trusted, the shepherds trusted the angels. They trusted the stars. They trusted the prophecy of what was to come. And I would say that they trusted the divine order of things. And that's our opportunity, is when we feel isolated or we feel stressed or overwhelmed, that understanding that there is a divine order to things. That's our opportunity. And the very last thing that I meant to say earlier too was, I find it fascinating that right now during this time, this is the irony of things, that right now during this time, people are being asked about their humanity. People are being asked to trust humanity. Like, maybe we don't agree about our faith, maybe we don't agree about our politics, maybe we don't agree about certain things, but the one thing we can agree on is our humanity. And I want to share with you, I can't share with you because of privacy, but there is something that happened last week that was huge. Well, a week before last, that was huge. Huge. It is part of the plan that's going on here. And it all boiled down to the humanity of someone. I told Julie that's why we're here. For that is why we're here. and why we just keep doing what we're doing and staying on course and keeping the faith. Staying curious and being the blessing. Thank you.
Well, this song's kind of about the Prince of Peace, so I guess I stay with your peace theme. And I'm pretty sure none of these lyrics have to be changed. Sorry, I just need to make sure this thing's in tune. It's nice and warm in here, and that changes it, my world. Here we go. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, that baby boy would save our sons and daughters. Mary, did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you delivered, he will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know your baby boy would give sight to a blind man? Did you know that baby boy could calm a storm with just his hand? You know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod. And when you kiss that little baby, you'll be kissing the face of God. Oh, Mary, did you know? Did you know? The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again, the lame will leap, the dumb will speak the praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Did you know that baby boy would one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? And that sleeping child you're holding is the great I am. Mary, did you know?
And I was just told that they got full body goosebumps. And I have to agree. That was extraordinary. Thank you. It's just, wow. Jeff. All right. We have, at this time, Jeff is going to lead us in our tithing slides because you are all making a difference. You are what makes all of this happen, not just here, but in our communities. You are making a difference with all of the gifts that you give.
Talk about weight.
Yes.
The things that we started in August and what we're cutting through and what is happening today is really profound. I'm very moved. And this is our time of giving, our time of offering. I just want to thank you guys, and thank you for your support in all that you do and all that you give. I know it's not just about money. It's about the time of that you give to the center. Coffee, showing up 2 hours early to make coffee or decorate. Or counseling, or fixing a lawnmower and fixing a tractor, and there's just all of those things that we are doing as a community. We're building community. One of the books that I'm reading is about why people are leaving the church and why people don't leave the church. And one of the reasons why people are not leaving the church or coming back to the church is strictly community. Just being with people